In this video, we're going to install WordPress manually. To install WordPress manually, there are a few steps involved. The first is you need to set up your MySQL database and username. Then you need to download the WordPress installation files and extract it. Thirdly, you need to upload all the files to your web server, and then you need to change the WP config options in your WordPress file, and finally you need to set up your admin username and password. So we're going to do step 1, which is to set up your MySQL database. When you are creating a WordPress blog, all your blog posts, images, comments, etc. will be saved into a MySQL database. So to create your MySQL database, simply log into your cPanel account and scroll all the way down to the database section, and you can either create your database manually using the first link here at MySQL databases, or you can use the database wizard. So I'm going to use the database wizard. So what you need to do is enter a name for the new database that you want to create. I'm going to give it a name of blog. And you need to create a new user for the database. So I'm going to enter the new user ID as admin, and I'm going to give it a password and enter the password again and click on next step. Then you need to configure the access options for this particular user and control how this user can access your new MySQL database. So click on all privileges to enable all access to any part of the database and click on next step. And my MySQL database has been created. As you can see, the database has the name of blog since I've given it a name called blog. But what's really important is this part before here, which is your cPanel username followed by an underscore. And when you want to enter the MySQL database details when setting up your WordPress blog, you need to enter the entire thing here as the database name, which is your cPanel login ID underscore followed by your MySQL database name. Then what you'll want to do is go to wordpress.org and look for the download link here to download the latest version of WordPress. So I'm just going to click on download WordPress 2.7.1. and click on download again. So I'm going to save this file into my computer. Once my file has been completely downloaded, I'm going to extract it. It's in a .zip format, so you probably need some kind of zip application to be able to open the WordPress files. And chances are that your Windows already has a default built-in application to open this zip software. And then I'm going to extract all the files to my desktop or any other location on my computer. So I've located the files on my desktop, and the most important file that I'm looking for here is a file called wp-config-sample, and this is the file right here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to rename this and remove the -sample part and just save it as wp-config. Next, I'm going to open this file with Notepad. And in this file is where I edit all the main settings and the main configuration for my WordPress blog. So the first thing you'd want to do is edit the database name, the database username, and the database password. So since I've already created the MySQL database and the user, I'm just going to enter those details right here. I'm going to paste it here. And since I've created a user with the name of admin, I'm going to enter the username as admin. But remember that you also need to put the correct prefix, which is your cPanel access ID or your cPanel login ID. And underscore, right? And finally, I'm going to enter my password. And I'm going to save this file. Now, there's another very important thing for you to create, which is the authentication unique keys. This particular secret key is unique to each WordPress blog that you create. So if you want to get the authentication key, you just need to go to this URL. So I'm going to copy this URL and I'm going to paste it into a browser. And in that browser, I can see that the necessary keys have been automatically generated for me. So I'm just going to copy this entire thing here. And then I'm going to go back to the WP config file, which I've opened with WordPress. And then I'm going to go back to the WP config file, which I opened earlier using Notepad. And I'm going to select all these default values and I'm going to paste it with the new values that I've got from the secret key URL. And I'm going to save the file. And now that the WP config file has been properly edited, all I need to do is upload the files to my web server using the FTP program, for example, using FileZilla. So now using FileZilla, I'm going to enter the host FTP address here, my cPanel username and cPanel password, and click on Quick Connect. And remember that all the files you would need to use are all located inside a folder called public_html or under the folder called www. These two folders are identical and serve the same purpose. But for some web hosting accounts that you may be using, you may find either public_html or the www folder. So you can click through either one. And assuming that I want to upload all my files to the root folder itself, so I just select all these files here and click on upload, and my files are currently being uploaded to the server. Once all your WordPress files have been uploaded, then what you need to do is go to your browser and simply access the URL where you install your WordPress blog. So type in your domain name on your browser and you will see a splash screen like the one you see in this video, where you need to enter the blog title and your email address. Now, if you don't see a setup screen like this, it means that you probably have not edited your wp-config file properly, and chances are that you do not enter your database name, database username, and even your secret key. So you may want to check on those things. But if you see a screen here like the one you see here, then what you need to do is enter your blog title and your email address, and make sure that this option here is checked to allow your blog to appear in search engines like Google and Technorati, and then click on Install WordPress. Now, as you can see, WordPress has given me the default username of admin and also the default password here. So I'm just going to copy this password and then I'm going to log in. So at my login screen here, I'm just going to type in admin, put in the password, and